Welcome back, lords and ladies, to another Lionhearts campaign in the Swissmod Hotseat. Now, last time we left off by claiming... did we claim Chavez, or did we just kind of... Well, anyways, we were just consolidating our regions a little bit. Yeah, we're building a little garrison there, retraining our men. And as I was worried about, the Swissmanians have attacked us. Now, I'm not going to show any surprise about this anymore because this is the third time I've tried recording this and I keep doing shit out of sync. I need to do stuff in sync and stop talking away too much. So, without further ado, the Empire shall strike back, in a sense. Now I can do that. I will do another thing. Just to train my spy up. Now I want to do
Who do you want dead?
this guy. Want to do this guy. To do that guy again. And we can do that. Now it doesn't give me any experience, but it's just hilarious. Look at this. He's a 3-star general. He's not even that great. I'm sorry, Northman. I'm sorry, but you have a crummy bad stuff. You have really bad men here. And I thought they were making a leather tanner at some point. So why do they have unleathered soldiers here? I don't know. I think they're going to attack Genghis and gang up on the Russians, but if I'm correct, I believe Peace and Love is about to be destroyed by the Russians. Don't quote me on that, but I feel like Peace and Love should be on the major backup at this point. But yeah, I have just enough movement points to get back into the castle. Alright, so now that we've done all of our agent moving, I would like to buy a lovely bunch of coconuts. Diddly-dee. Some as big as your head. So if we were able to build that in 3 turns, that would give us probably 1 or 2 to work with right away. Meh. I'd kind of like to leave Ringo as it is, kind of nice and garrison. We'll deal with money in a moment because it's just a little bit difficult right now because I'm not sure exactly how to go about it money-wise, because I could buy a lot more spies, but I do want to move most of my spies down south. And with this army up here, I can just keep recruiting and training spies and sending them south. It's really helpful actually. I could just keep this guy here. Keep recruiting spies in Ringo and training them here. That actually works. But regardless, I do need to send my infantry and those guys who are not free upkeep. They'll continue besieging Mandela. And we'll send this army down south. Yes, we'll lift the siege. Okay. Okay, so we'll be getting a bonus of 5% law. Might as well get the extra 5% due to happiness from the wall being totally fixed. So that'll be 10%. We'll lower the taxes. Okay, so move out of Del Toro. They'll be fine. As it is, I just want more troops. That way it's just harder for them to take. It'll cause more casualties. There we go. Honestly, I could leave this entire garrison. So I could do that on very high and I could leave. I'm going to take all the men to line hot. Move all these soldiers down to Lion's Den. Now I believe it actually would be best that we... Actually, it doesn't matter if we have a spy here or not. I'm gonna move a fucking ballista down here.
Hail, my king. Yes, my liege.
Fort that puppy off just in case.
Building a bastion of defense.
I'm not sure the range on that cavalry. I doubt they can make it, but you know, I've taken a few too many chances in Hotseats lately. I'm not willing to take any more chances. Now, as it is, I do have like a 40% chance to kill that guy, and a 52% chance to kill this guy. So I really want to go slaughter his adoptees that he's just claimed from these victories. But first, I do need to get rid of my siege of Saladin, because in the event that he besieges Joseph II, I will be able to, you know, move against that. Now, I could have taken Saladin. It would have been great to have it, but I would be disconnected from my main land. And once he takes Woolman Keep, then I'll be very far away. Then he could just move whatever army he has here. After claiming Leovicher, move it up this way, take Peter, eventually taking Saladin from me. And the more, you know, the more space in between us, like rebel space, the better. That way I can kind of cut into his lands. And look, I could almost get there in 2 turns. In about 2 turns I could probably get there.
Name the field of battle. We will see you.
Now the question is, I could move a unit of cavalry away just to Okay, so they're out of range. Unless he's a night fighter, which I can't really figure out because I can't sally out. I mean, not a night fighter, a drill master, my bad. So that's a good question. But regardless of questions, I do have answers. Okay, so I can retrain you. Train both of these guys. Oh, shit. I'm out of money. What shall we cut, gentlemen? Got those 2 so I can retrain these. Well, I should retrain the experienced cavalry. That way I can actually do some damage later. So, best way is to have both of these units in here. King Davy, you and your 388 shall be free next turn. Now the question is, yeah, I do want to retrain that unit. We want to move the garrison probably to Chavez to assist in the siege. Prince Paul, if you leave, it's not that much money lost. I could see the reason to move you. I don't want to put him in the same fort. That'd be too risky for me. Just too risky for my tastes. I don't want to put him in this fort either, though, because it's undefended, spy-wise. Then again, I don't really care, because nobody's in range of me, unless he brings ships and just comes out of nowhere, but I doubt it. Okay. You know, I should send this guy down south. This guy I'll send back to Chavez. I'll recruit another spy here. Getting another spy here, right? I'm not, but it might be best that I don't. I got my spy there. My ballista. Let's see. And then my cavalry should be in range. Well, they're not quite in range, actually. The movement points, they lied. They lied to me.
Hail, my king.
Huh. Well, that's a thing. Alright, well, we'll move these guys down to Del Tora.
Orders.
That way we could
Sire.
maybe move another unit out.
By your command.
Yep, move another
My
unit.
lord.
Have even more reinforcements. So we'll have 4 units here, 5 units here. Probably use those 3 units are the only ones in range.
I seek an
The
honorable
rest of these
victory,
guys
dear
will not be in range of Bridgehaven to assist, I believe, in the assault. So if they wish to besiege it, it would be a slaughterhouse if they besiege it. Just don't do it. Don't kill yourselves, please. Well, you can if you want, I don't care. But just saying for your own sake, maybe not.
As you wish. Hail my king.
300, another 300 I could save.
Orders. My lord. By your command. Orders.
This unit of peasants has never died. But yes, we do have our first 2 losses. I forgot to mention that.
My lord. Sire.
Now, the cavalry I'm going to be a little bit trigger happy about, maybe.
My lord. Orders. Yes. Sire.
Alright, if the cavalry can just barely make it, I'm going to send this peasant unit. We're going to be using that as our unit to garrison Mandela as soon as it's claimed.
Ships ready.
Now, the fleet,
Sire.
I'm not as worried about myself to the north, but to the south, they could be sending a fleet around. That's not really going to make me happy at all. So I'm thinking I might have to send my fleet back. But I've already come so far, I can't really afford to waste time going back. So I'm going to just
Ships
gather the fleet up. We're just out of range of the Northman fleet here.
The Kaiser's fleet has
So I'm not worried about them attacking me, which they could obviously do. They said they just want free passage to get to Genghis, and I can't do anything about it since my forces are not around, really, or they're just totally battered, so I'm not going to worry about it. I actually had 1 unit in range just in Owell, and I'm just like, I don't even care if I can open the gates. I'm not even trying that. That I could get the spy in was just enough to make me go, just giggled a little bit to myself. But yeah, we're going spyless here, kind of with our... We're going kind of commando right there. It's not very fun, but you know, desperate times, desperate measures. We might want to keep the spies here, just to kind of... I don't know why I even keep these forts sometimes, but it's just for the free upkeep. So I just explained it to myself, you know, because I'm not smart sometimes.
Hail my king.
I do actually want you to keep going. That way you can be in range. Right. I think we're pretty good as it is. I like that he's hiding. I don't have enough money for another spy, but I don't really need one. That way, I know they have a spy right here. It's like a level 1. And I could destroy the brothel for more money, actually. Why don't I do that, actually? That way I could retrain you guys, maybe. Not really. Actually, if I could get another assassin, that'd be kind of nice.
Talk is cheap. Come face me.
Well, I just said... Well, if I lose Bridgehaven, which is a possibility next turn, then at least I have 2 assassins I can still train with and work with before they destroy some building or something. But I doubt they'll probably take it. Question is... Well, I just got rid of my spy, so I do need to put a spy back in there, which is true. Kind of lowers their chances in the end, especially when they have a spy here, level 1 or 2 probably. Either way, we'll claim it back, one way or another. One way or another, we're gonna find you. We're gonna get you one way. Maybe next week. I don't really want to get rid of the town watch in case I do hold on to this, like next turn. So in 3 turns I could, you know, recruit something. In a sense. so it's a possibility. We'll also jack the taxes just so I get a little bit more money out of it. Next turn we'll be making about 5 grand. I believe we're pretty well off no matter what we do after this point. Actually, I could move another unit in there. Why don't I just... Yeah, there we go. We'll preemptive strike this bitch. Well, I mean that as in the war. Like, the war is gonna be a bitch. Not to my fellow players, but like I didn't really want a war. It's just lucky that I could do something to Joseph II. I would move the cavalry out all the way, but I'm not sure if there's a hiding mechanism here, and I can't really test it because when I tested it, it just moved the city down 1 square, and I don't know why it did that. So I'm just gonna make sure I can get there with Woolman, which I can. Also, I do need to rename some of these cities. I have not done that for a while. Ringo, first up. I can't. Ringo. You know what? I'm gonna name Ringo the Prancing Pony. After the tavern in Lord of the Rings. The Prancing Pony. Oh, no, wait. No, that should be... Let's name that Chavez. Chavez will be the Prancing Pony. Prancing Pony. Did I say with an E? Prancing Pony. No, I was fine. I was good. Alright. The Prancing... I could have 2 Prancing Ponies. Just spam that, my faction name, Prancing Pony. But I would like this to be the Knightly Northern Star. Knightly Northern Star. Just because I want it to be knightly. In a sense. Oh well, I could probably rename, but at this point it's more of just a gag joke, so I'm gonna keep it that way. Joseph II, this is gonna piss the Swiss off, so I'm just gonna do it because I want to. Finorden. You know what? Finorden? Yeah, let's go Finorden. What the hell? Why not? Finorden. That way we have all of our settlements named. I now have 11 regions. I could have had 12 if I let Saladin attack me, but I'm not going to take the risk. Besides, this way it will kind of invert some of his plans. He didn't expect to be losing Joseph II probably to these Cav. And I'm just glad the gamble to take the spy out of Woolman Keep actually paid off. To take something else and do something else. I wasn't sure if he could take this turn, so I'm just glad he couldn't. But it will not be my next turn, that's for sure. And then he'll try and rename it back to whatever the hell it was named. Or at least that's what he told me he wants to do. Like, whenever we rename our shit, he'll just rename it back if he claims it. We'll see. We'll see. I would like to buy a lovely bunch of... Do I need any more money? Well... Another 200 would be nice, but 600 spent. Well, that's 200 I didn't spend. 200 I would gain, but whatever. Oh, that's right. I was kind of supposed to... Well, if I don't spend that on Billman, what should I spend it on? Perhaps I should start moving my really good, experienced spies down south. Maybe this way I don't have to spend money on a spy there. Can just recruit more troops. I can do that, move that down. Chamberlain down south. That way Anthony West is defending the motherland. Hinkley's down there. I would like to move my assassin a little bit farther south. There's 2 forts here, like I've already explained. I just want to see if I can assassinate one of his men next turn. It's probably a shit chance to attack and kill the prince. But if I could kill the prince, that's a 4-star general dead. So,
I will defeat you honorably, my worthy foe.
if this guy is a night fighter, or if either of them is a night fighter or a drill master, then I can understand why he went to war with me for just 2 generals, but otherwise I couldn't understand why, man. Like, your main army, or the main amount of his forces are over here, and the rest of his forces here are spread out thinly. I mean, there's 3, there's another group of 3 down here. I mean, just
We would see you dead, heathen.
probably recruited those 3. This is a unit of 8 archers.
Come face me.
So I'm guessing he's gonna take this, put the 8 archers in, and move north against Bridgehaven with
God will see justice served in
5, 6, 7, 8 units. So I'll match your 8 units, 2, 4, 6 with 7. And if you claim it, good for you. I'll just come and kill you with a lot more units. But I think we're pretty good. There's not really much more I can do. I could repair the stone wall or make a road, I suppose. Maybe, ooh, can I make anything in the castles that's important? Billmen are pretty important. What if I just train that and then get that? Get a peasant next turn. That way I could just leave the peasant. I won't recruit any more men from Marrow Shore because, you know, I'm out of recruiting. We'll leave the men there. Probably leave my peasants here. And getting another 66 wouldn't really help me too much. At least we got a spy here. That's just makes me happier. It's nice that we got a little bit of training on that guy. I would love if they just leave their fort right here. Like that's all the farther they go. But I think I'm rambling a little bit, and I need to just kind of end my turn because I'm thinking too far into the future, and anything can change off the bat. Balance of power, we're second to the Russian Empire, just barely. Financially, third. Doesn't really matter because we've been spending just as much money as we're getting, and we keep going down. Overall, we're first still, which is amazing. Alright, everybody on the board. Overall, the Swissmanians are pushing for first, and we're like, oh hell no, get out of here. Steal Joseph II, name it to Aldmir or Finorden or whatever I called it. So, the Northmen have passed peace and love, so I'm guessing that's because of their military and their financial ratings are bumping them up militarily. Oh, yep, that's definitely a thing, because the Tsar's definitely been sucker punched by too many of us at once. Alright, and then it looks like the Venetians are going down. I wonder if gamers took my advice and recruited more spies instead of slaughtering them in an 8% or 9% chance for it. I remember commenting on one of his videos. It just, oh, it made me so sad. Like, even the fort up here, I had a 15% chance. There's no reason why I should put the spy in there. I put it in there to give it more experience or whatever, and just because I could. But otherwise, there should be no reason you should even want to throw a spy in if you can't strategically do anything about it. Ugh, it's no. No. Anyways, production, nobody gives a shit, but Swissman's winning. Territorially, Russians are almost up to 16, wow. And now I'm tied with Swissman because I just claimed one of their settlements. Actually, I should be either tied or beating them because I took one of their settlements, so we'll see. It looks like Peace and Love is down to his original 2 settlements, which is going to be interesting to see if he can hold on. Financially, obviously, Northmen. Peace and Love as well, so that'll make it more difficult for the Russians to kill off Peace and Love, at least from what I can gather. So we'll see if they have what it takes to claim victory overall. Population kind of catching up to the Northmen. I mean the peace and love, but it looks like the... Wait, let's go back to territorial. Oh, so maybe the Venetians actually claimed a city. That's why the population for the Moors has gone down. But overall, we're back to it. Not really anything happening. Family tree-wise, 2, 4, 6, 7. 7 generals, 11 regions. We could probably claim another adoption or a man of the hour next turn if we're lucky, I think. Pretty sure we could. Pretty sure. Anyways, thank you everybody for watching. I will cease to speak because it's getting boring. Just let me check if I need to recruit anything here. No, I don't. I believe I moved everybody I need to. And I'm retraining all my units that have experience, so I believe we're good to go. Middlemore is not in range of anybody, but maybe he's in range to defend Del Toro. That's why he's there. He's there to defend Del Toro with everything he's got. Yep, totally. Actually, if they took Del Toro, I have a good enough chance to get back in with Anthony West that I could just go back and take it, I guess. But it would be a great sacking ground, I should say. Definitely great sacking ground. Alright, thanks everybody. I'll see you next time. Barry Knight out. End the turn. Send it to Northmen. Have a great day. Bye.